All right. Are you guys ready to be legendary? Because we're recording. It's time for the super amazing tips from the top training with Stephanie and Joel and Katrina. We are ready to rock your brains tonight.
Cal, you are.
Woo!
And he's not even going to do it. He's just here for support.
I'm just
to give
here.
You guys.
Yeah, I'm just here to copy and paste.
Yes, that's what we have Joel for tonight. Hi, Sherry. I see you walking. I haven't seen you in a while. Let me see. Where are you guys? If you can, type from where you're coming. Hi, Jessica. I saw you waving. I know Katrina's on, and we'll get her on. Allie, I can always count on you to be on, my twin. I'm just trying to see. I see Bethany. I see Rachel walking. Oh, I love seeing where you guys are from. I don't know where you're all from, so that's what I want to see, where you guys are from. But I am Stephanie, guys. Well, it's 8 o'clock right on the dot, so we'll get started. A little bit about me for newbies that are jumping on. I've been with the company for just over 10 years now. And we've been, started the business. Some of you just to have, to pay bills, to get ahead. We were doing all the right things and just could not pay our bills. So we were actually in bankruptcy, standing in food lines when we found It Works. And something that kind of triggered me today was, if Crystal's on, she asked, somebody said they don't want to add people to their friends list. And I said, I wish somebody would have asked me about the opportunity. So I never judge people. So make sure, as we're going through the Zoom, just to keep that in the back of your mind. People may look like they have it all together. We owned businesses, had rental properties, but economy had crashed. So we were drowning in debt, and really, really debt. So I never judge anybody. We just don't know their story. So from bankruptcy to number one earner, and still doing this because I just know that feeling of wishing somebody would have changed my life, given me the opportunity. So I will forever pay that forward. So tonight it's interesting though, because I have a great friend on. You guys are going to love her. She is like the kindest, sweetest, most loving person. Don't go on her bad side, because I think she'd probably like take you out. But she's so sweet. I've known her. We grew up together. And Katrina is a double diamond, and I'll let her share her story a little bit. But what's funny, guys, is she watched for a really long time. And, I think we all have this in the back of our mind of, what do people think? That we always think they're just going to judge us, or our friends aren't supporting, but I can promise you people watch. And so with that, I'm going to bring on Katrina. And Katrina, let's see, we'll unmute you here. Can you unmute her? Okay, you should be unmuted. Oh, no, why isn't it unmute? Katrina, okay, there you go. All right, yay, finally. All right, so, Katrina, talk so we can see if we can hear you.
Hey, everyone.
Yay, yes, we can hear you. So go ahead and.
Usually when I do this with Lee, I have no sound.
Oh
terrible.
Gosh, yes. Yeah, so you're good. So tell everybody kind of who you are, how long you've been with It Works, and kind of the story, how you kind of watch, because your story's pretty incredible for people that are on the Zoom watching.
Okay, so it was 10 years ago, actually. My daughter was 3. She's 13 now, when Stephanie introduced me to the business. And back then, I just couldn't even wrap my head around it. Like back then they had DVDs that they gave out, and she gave me a DVD that I never watched, and she gave me a wrap that I never used. And I kept her on my Facebook though, and I watched her for 7 years just change her life, like literally. And I remember the day that I saw a post, and I was at work, and it was the post where you said, I know you've been watching me. And it was just this whole post, and I'm like, she's right. Like I felt like you were like talking to me that day. And I messaged you, and you were like, what? Like after all these years, and I joined that day. And, I feel like I, didn't go as fast as I thought that I was going to go. I think in the beginning I was super excited, and I went Ruby pretty quickly. And then I just stayed there, and I feel like I was comfortable, because I feel like my husband always told me, we're okay. Like, we're okay. Like, just like we are. Like, it wasn't like we struggled for money. And so then I was like, okay, well then it's just kind of like a little side thing. And then this year he said to me, well, we're comfortable, you know, like we're fine, but like I want more. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, so then I took things a little bit more seriously. And then coming out of conference, you know, conference, I just feel like everybody should go if you can go. And it really does change everything. And this year I just had a different fire in me and just decided to, you know, take things up to the next level, you know. But you know, I will say that even in my first 2 years, because I've been in for 3 years, I feel like I stayed plugged into everything. Like, you always see my face, like on every Zoom. I listen to something on YouTube every day in the shower. Like, I did all the things. I just didn't put the action with everything that I learned, you know. So then this year, I feel like I've just changed those things, those habits.
So you guys, yes.
I just want to see if you're going to say the same thing that I'm going to say. Okay, guys. So here's an inside scoop. So she's kind of got a really famous neighbor near her, and we happen to have her launch party at Pam Souter's house.
I forgot that part.
I mean, come on, guys, really. Her launch party was at Pam's.
Yeah. So, you know, I think, you know, we sometimes think, how are we going to find one more distributor? I've been in 10 years. Are people really watching me? Are they still wondering? And life happens, you guys. You never know when somebody is watching. And so through those years, I've just been really consistent. And I think that's something that you need to show, because we're all going to have life happen, and there may be a spark that hits somebody, and you want to be the one that's talking about it and introducing to It Works to them. And so she's right. She's been with the company for 3 years, and something that's worked extremely well for her is, you know, when consistency for her is, she was kind of, like she said, she was there, she was comfortable, and she made a mental decision. She has so much knowledge. She works in a plastic surgeon's office, so she knows those procedures cost so much money, and we have products that are so affordable. She loves our products, you guys. She's talking about this to, you know, people that come into her office because they're asking her, what are you using? You look good. What are you doing to lose weight? And so she's been able to help clientele that are willing to spend thousands and convert them into customers, because she knows that she has a product that's affordable for people. And so she's always been passionate about the product. And she really took that to the next level as far as actually using it even more so. And Katrina, you have got some great before and after pictures, and I really wanted to highlight that. What you are so good at, you know, introducing someone to a product, but upselling them with so many more products. You don't think that they don't have the money. You assume they want everything. And so tell us, you know, how much weight have you used and what products do you use?
Okay. So, I've lost almost 30 pounds. So, I love the products, you know. I mean, starting in the shower, like I use exfoliating peel. I know you're only supposed to use it like a couple times a week. I use it every day. I use cleanser every day. I use both Repair Age and Prevent Age, lip and eye. Lip and eye I'm like obsessed with. And, you know, talking about that, you know, when you talk about like a woman going to buy an eye cream, there is literally not an eye cream out there pretty much that is under about $80 for like a good eye cream. And when I started with It Works and I started to use this product, I've never purchased another eye cream before. It's $29 and it's the best lip and eye cream. So I use that. I use Hair, Skin, and Nails. I use Keto Energy is life for me. Keto Coffee. fat fighters. I mean, we use everything. I have like a cabinet full of stuff. You know, my husband uses everything. He has great before and after photos too. I got recently 2 of his army buddies back from when we were in Germany as customers, just from posting his before and after photos in my Instagram story. You know, so it is so important to use our products and love them, and, you know, be able to speak about them, you know, and if you do have a job and you can have product, like I always have a bag of keto coffee and a box of greens sitting on my desk. People ask me about that, you know, coworkers, tons of my coworkers are my loyal customers. So,
and that's a great place to start, you know, and I think what people need to do, and especially newbies, you know, we all want to make the money. We all want that. And we want to gather customers. And the best way to do that, guys, is to use the product yourself. And, you know, I have been using the celery, and I posted a picture. People love to see your body. They want to see, you know, kind of what you're doing or your skin. And so by me just sharing about the celery in just a few days, I immediately had 7 people that wanted celery. And that was just from Facebook, you know. So if I'm telling you something, it's because it works. So, you know, if you're like, okay, I'm ready to gather customers, then commit to getting a few products that you want. And, you know, maybe it's the weight loss products, and maybe it's the facial line that you want. Like she said, Lip and Eye is $29, but commit like to 2 to 3 products. And I think, you know, that way you have a few, and you can always talk about the product, but then you can upsell them and with your before and after. So for me, it was cleanse, keto coffee, chocolate greens, and thermophyte. And I committed, you guys, to 21 days, and I lost 13 pounds with those products and have my before and after. And people want to know. So if I talk about thermophyte X, I let them know, but then I also let them know about the other products that I use. And I always send them my before and after pictures. And that's powerful because it's you. Of course, we can always show other body types and stuff, but when you have personal results, you feel more confident on talking about the product. You know what it tastes like, you know how it feels, and you're confident in getting more sales. And so Katrina, I know Joel's going to jump in here because he's such a product junkie and he loves this. And this is why we got into it. But, you know, something that stood out to me over that year is you really went for it with the keto coffee and the chocolate greens, and were consistent and showing yourself making it in the morning, bring it in your cup. And so give us a time frame of, you know, when did you start showing those before and after pictures?
It was probably about 6 weeks.
Okay. So, you know, and she probably could have went sooner too.
Yeah.
She's had multiple before and afters, but, you know, if you guys really commit to that 30 days, you know, your first 30 days of, okay, I'm really going to go for it, then make sure you're doing it. Like me, I did it. I was like, I want 21 days. I want somebody to see something quickly. So I'm going to follow and really do that. And it works when you guys use the product. And so that's what I wanted people to hear is, you know, you're constantly sharing. You just said Brad's got results. So why not show men? If you're married, if you have a boyfriend, why don't you guys do this together? You know, I know you wanted to say something, but it's doing a disservice if you're not using the product. And I think, you know, as broke as we were, we still knew that I wanted to feel good and look good too. And we reaped the rewards because we took this serious. And that is how you're going to get customers through August, is truly using the product.
I think we need to get the actual statistic because I'm going to make this one up, but I know it's pretty accurate. 90% of the people that have their own before and after results, pictures and stories, sell more than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because the number one thing that always gets asked is, well, what are you taking and what are your results?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can go online and see somebody else's results, but when you're talking to them and you share your results with them, that's what seals the deal. So the people that have their own before and after stories, whether it's a long time frame or a short time frame, they have the ability to have a stronger conversation than those that are just trying to sell a product that they're not using.
Yeah. And, you know, Katrina is one of our top, enroller for customers volume wise. Like, it is crazy. she's never one product. It is a rare that she's one product. And, you know, it's not just at her office, guys. She's very part-time there. It's talking to people online. I'm like, she is so passionate and believes in this product that she makes you believe, like, I don't know, she finds like quarters in your seats or something. And it's like she gets people to just order the package. And I think, you know, that's something that I used to do too, is like I want to get skinny and healthy fast. I don't want to wait. And so when people get results with 2-3 products, do you think they're going to come back and want more? They're feeling good. They're looking good. They're starting to feel like they can't live without that. And so not only do you get a customer, but you're going to have customers reordering with higher BV too. So, you know, I'm going to give you, she sent me over a conversation so you guys can see how she talks to people. So we'll put that in. Again, guys, this is kind of her script, but you know what she did, make it your own too. You can kind of go by it, but always be yourself, and then always refer back to your upline or for help if you need help on how can you get more or kind of seal the deal with that.
And I'm just going to close the chat down really quick so that I can put all of this in here without being interrupted. So I just switched it over to host only. So if you guys wait, I will get these all posted in there and then we can go from there.
Yeah, go ahead. And he'll post it, but I'm going to ask Katrina something on that. So, you know, when you're talking to someone, Katrina, and, you know, it's, you know, they see something, how do you get them to upgrade? What are you saying that you feel like works for you?
Well, I think one thing, I didn't used to message people that viewed my story. And then I heard that on a Zoom, and because like Joel said, you know, why not? They're the ones creeping on you all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And so I decided to message, and this that you're going to post right now is from one of those people that I first started to message when they viewed my story. And it's really just asking them about like what their goals are. Like, you know, this lady wanted to lose 95 pounds. Well, she's not going to lose 95 pounds with 1 or 2 of our products, you know? So you want to set them up for success with our products, because if you just recommended 2 things to her, you know, she's not going to be happy, and, you know, she may not continue to order. So, it's really just asking the questions, you know, like I asked her, do you drink coffee? Do you exercise? Do you eat carbs and sugar? Like all of those things, you know, it's not just trying to get like that one product or just sign somebody.
Yeah. And I think, you know, for people that have been watching you, it's a great thing to just message them. And I love this message. It's so simple, you guys, when you see it. I think that sometimes the thing is people go, I don't even know where to start. And so this is such a great kind of sample of how she talked to the person. And I want you to say how old you are, Katrina, because I think sometimes you're hearing stories. And so she does this. This is an Instagram story, but also you can do this on Facebook. And I love our ages. So, you know, I think people think
I love your age more than mine.
I know, but you look amazing. So tell everybody, how old are you?
Well, I'm 48.
Yeah. So 48 years young, and she's using Instagram. She's learning it. She's, you know, reaching out because she wants more. So she did a lot on Facebook, and she dove in with Instagram and has been killing it with reaching out for customers. And so, you know, you guys can go back and watch and see how to add more people and get more views and that kind of stuff on some of the latest Zooms that we did. But you have to ask. You have to be a product of the product. You know, you're going to get those products in. You're going to get an extra box of wraps this week with your kit. So make sure your team knows that. Use those. That's what got me in, guys. I saw instant results with the wrap in 45 minutes. And I was like, are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want this? Like, it made me mentally feel like I could start eating right. I want to feel better. I'm so depressed and fat. This isn't who I am. What more can I do? And so we have the products. You just have to use them and commit and decide which ones are you going to do. And I think, you know, if it were me, and maybe Katrina can go on this too, you might have a better input or different input. But I think the cleanse. I think with celery now, like that's
Love
totally,
it.
yeah, different. And I've been throwing up, the Kardashian, the Jenners are talking about it. It's in magazines. Celery is everywhere. And so wouldn't you rather have them come and order it from you than going and buying celery and juice, going and buying a juicer? Like we have something. So cleanse celery, and I think keto coffee and even TFX. I think those are going to give you some really good instant, results that you're looking for. And then you've got the wrap. So if you do a wrap, take your before and afters, weigh yourself, how do you feel? People want to know those. So, tonight, write down when you're reading a post or you're looking at something, what are you looking for? You want a review, right? So you're your best review. So what do you want? Do you want to see ingredients? So maybe you throw out a few ingredients. Like I love B6 and B12. We have a great energy stick with that in it. So if anybody knows, me, that I take that every day. So, what are some things that you want to throw out there and highlight those and start incorporating those? I just feel like we've missed some of that and there's just so much out there. Okay. So, you've got your before and after pictures. You're upselling them on everything. Like it's ridiculously awesome. Like I'm like, I need to be more bold like Katrina. Like I feel like I don't even upgrade as much as she does. So she's super awesome with this. But you guys all know that we love Facebook and Instagram, and we're social influencers, we're brand ambassadors, but we're missing a huge piece. And it's talking to people outside of the computer. And Katrina is so good at making connections with people in the mall, the kiosk people, her waitresses. She will talk to everybody. And something that, and I went over this and I actually showed Pam your business card last week when we got done meeting up. So last week I met up with Katrina in Florida and we were just brainstorming ideas and going, how can we help you guys? What can we do to give you, better results, more customers and more distributors? And we're people, and so how do you break algorithms with Facebook and Instagram? You talk to people in real life. And she's got this beautiful business card. It has nothing that works on it, guys. It's her name. What do you have on? Do you have the card near you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's got a business card and she just leaves it and hands it to people instead of the Blitz card. And this is something you guys can do and go on Vistaprint and create, and you can get it for like $10. Like you don't need to order a ton. Yeah, go that way. There we go. No, there you go. So that's all she has on her business card, you guys. It's just her name, social influencer, entrepreneur, and her phone number. And so you can create something like that. I wouldn't be producty or anything. And what I would say is, if you're talking to a waitress or anything, hey, you did a great service. I know you may not want to do this. Maybe this is your second job. I'm a brand ambassador. Here's my card. I'd love to just talk with you later. Can I just go ahead and get your number or get you on Facebook and we can set up a time to chat? I just think you'd be amazing at it. And that is how Lancome pulled me in and I worked for them. Was I walked by, they gave me the business card, and it wasn't anything crazy, but it planted a seed in my head. And then I called them and I was like, okay, that wasn't something that I ever thought about doing, but how about you guys get these business cards like Katrina did, and she hands them out to everywhere. She leaves them everywhere. So tell them, Katrina, some things that you've done with these business cards, because I think it's pretty incredible.
Well, I remember Pam saying, how you get annoyed when you walk down the mall, especially our mall is huge and I live right down the road from it. My daughter always wants to go there, so we're there a lot. And she just said, how you get annoyed when they want to give you their card, give them your card back, And so I literally just signed a distributor that I did that 2 years ago with. And it's so crazy, but he kept me on Facebook just like I kept Steph on Facebook, and he signed up just 2 weeks ago. But I have handed out my card at Hollister, at Express, at Carrabba's, at Bonefish. I mean, everywhere, Cheesecake Factory. Like I have a distributor from Cheesecake Factory. And so it's just not being scared to share the business because the opportunity is so great for everybody. And, just to not be shy about it, just share it,
I think you guys, she keeps it so simple that we think there's some magic, that's behind the scenes. And so having that.
Well, I'll say kind of rehearse what you're going to say before, because when people say, oh, well, what do? Like you want to have kind of rehearsed that with somebody prior, because I have gotten a little bit tongue tied when I first started to do it. So I would just say, just practice it with somebody. But then you just feel confident in it and comfortable. And, you either get their number or you add them on Facebook, like one or the other.
So I'm going to give you guys a simple, follow back of what I would say that I am. And I think this is something that everybody should say, like she said, practice. I'm a social influencer for It Works. Have you heard of that? That's all we are, is we get paid to socially talk about it, gather customers and distributors. And we can do that through talking to people. Now, I wouldn't tell them all this right at that spot. I'm letting you know what I, in my mind, think it is. I get paid to help people socially through one-on-ones, through that social media platform of Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter, and why wouldn't we want to get paid on that? So I think that's something that we all can have a sigh of relief. You all know what you are now. I think there was, some disconnect of what are we? And we really are, that if you don't want to say social influencer, brand ambassador. So think about that. Some keywords that you see everywhere. What are those things that you see? And it used to be, for me, I was an It Works rep. And now I just have flipped it around. I'm a social influencer for It Works. Have you heard of it? And I love to say, have you heard of it? Because they're like, yes, no, I can get an idea. And guys, I say this if I'm talking to somebody through Instagram or Facebook in a message too. And it's just something that creates a conversation, and they may say, yeah, I heard of it. Or I did that 5 years ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know of all the new products that we have? All of the comp plans change. It's been designed to make it easier. So I'm constantly opening the door for more conversation. And Katrina's great at that. And she's getting more people out because she's out and she's talking about that. And I think, that's something that I know after this Zoom, you guys are going to be like, okay, I need business cards. I need my results. And some people have even put their before and after pictures on it, on there. You could do a couple different ones if that's what you want to do, or pull it up on your phone and say, this is why I became part of the company, is because I've got incredible product or results. So did you open that up so they can talk?
I did. One thing that I wanted to share too, that Steph is really good at doing, that's the next step after that, is what if somebody says, yes, I've heard of it, and then you're stuck there going, the next thing that Steph always asks is, well, have you tried it?
What products?
Because there's so many people that have heard about it, but how many people have heard about it because they've got a friend but haven't actually tried it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the majority of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think so much has changed. We want to make sure that we are talking about that, but that's how you're getting more people to your Facebook, to your Instagram, and growing your network. So, this Zoom has been made so simple for people of, really, how do we get more sales? How do we talk to people? Where do we go? And I hope, is this making sense to you guys? I want to see if this kind of sparked a light bulb for you, giving you a few more ideas of going, okay, I love social media, don't get me wrong, but do you think that opened up a few more doors for you guys to go, I can do this outside of social when I feel stuck? I sometimes feel trapped and want to talk to people. And when I have a physical conversation or I'm like touching them, I feel like I'm giving them so much more service just by seeing their facial expression. And I see Kathy Hitchcock on her, and she's such a people person. I just love her. Hi, Kathy. And, so I know that we just need to get out there and do this, because there's so many people that have no idea about the product, about what we're doing. And where was I just recently? And she's like, I've never heard of It Works. We were traveling and I'm like, never? Like, are you kidding? And sometimes I'm like, I
Blown away.
expect people to say yes, right? I think that's what we all think, that if we ask, we're waiting for them to say, yes, I know of It Works. But you guys, very few know really what we are, what we do, and how we talk about it. And so
I love what Melissa Yardley just put in here.
I feel like so often we use obligations like kids, events, etc., and excuses to not work. Yes. Gal, you guys with kids, I'm jealous because you have ball fields. You have, like, Katrina takes her daughter to dance to the mall and she gets to talk to people because she's living life with her family, but yet she's still working her business, you know? And I know Melissa's got crazy amount of kids too, working and going all different ways. So it's like, no excuses. She's out. She's fun, you know, smile when you're out. Who do you want to attract? Right? Yes. Melissa's like my cheetah leopard girl over there.
You want to have resting business face.
Yeah, no, never resting. Always happy. Like, we just need to be like happy. But I think, you know, we just got to get back to some of the basics of, it's talking to people, guys. It's handing that card out. They're not going to hurt you. I promise you. Like Katrina did, you know, those people in the mall were like, oh gosh, they're handing it. But what if we really end up buying that product? We don't know unless somebody hands us something, and we're not crazy like that.
Yeah. So just think about that. So they know that it's a numbers game. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever seen a lease for one of those spots? It's like $5,000 to $8,000 a month to have a kiosk in the middle of the mall. It is a pure numbers game. They're just sitting there asking. And guess what? They ask enough to where he walks out and you follow him out into the parking lot. He's probably got a BMW or a Mercedes or a Porsche. Mm-hmm. Same thing can happen to you with this. Ask until you have the things that you want by asking. Mm-hmm.
So, Katrina, was there anything else? I'm trying to think about what we talked about, because we really were prepping last week. Like, she's got great ideas and she has such huge success. So was there anything that we kind of missed that pops up?
You know, one thing that I really wasn't good at in my first 2 years was growing my network. And I've really taken that super serious. And I literally friended somebody yesterday, and I, you know, put up the message and said text opportunity. And I woke up to one of those in my inbox this morning, and I'm having a conversation with her, and I, you know, just told her I have to get on this Zoom. You know, I went to meet a distributor, got on this Zoom. Can I text you, you know, probably around 9 o'clock? And she said, sure. But I talked to her today, and if I hadn't friended her yesterday, you know, I wouldn't be talking to her about the opportunity. And that's the first time that that's happened that quickly for me. But it's exciting, you know, like, it's just grow your network, add friends, like follow people on Instagram, and, you know, things will happen if you make sure that you're doing, you know, your daily tasks every day. It will happen.
Yeah, your 6 list, guys. So make sure that you guys put those up. I'll put those back up into the team pages too, so you guys have those. But it's just simple, you know, steps that we just need to be doing every day. And, you know, I know that this has happened for Katrina. She had a friend join her because she was looking for some weight loss. She had just started with keto, and I don't know if Julie's on tonight, but I'm sure she'll be watching. And she's lost, what, 30 or 40 pounds?
Yeah, like 30, and her husband's lost over 20.
And this is the funniest thing. She's a school teacher here in Granville. She was one of Taylor's teachers when Taylor was in 7th grade. So that was a while ago. And, you know, she wasn't really thinking she wanted to do the business, but she thought, I'm going to use the product. Katrina got her to buy the boost or something when she joined, right? She just wanted the product, you guys, and she got her to be a distributor with a boost. Like, that is how passionate she is about it. And because she's lost, she's really done her journey of weight loss. Julie is like signing machine with customers, distributors, because of her journey. And I think that just shows it starts from the top down. So if you want customers and you want your team to do it, you be a product of the product. Your distributors start to follow suit, and it just starts to happen. And so take that responsibility tonight to really go, you know what? I'm ready for a new before and after picture. We have so many products that we're constantly given the opportunity to create more before and after pictures or more testimonies. And so I think that's awesome. Katrina, I think just letting people know that you know who you are. She's a mama to one daughter. We joke about this too, that we only needed one child. It was enough for us. But, you know, knowing that people are watching you, being consistent, that's the one thing that she lacked for a couple years. And the moment that she went and decided to be consistent, it was like the floodgates open for her. And so I know that you guys hear that constantly, is being consistent, stories on Instagram, on Facebook, but also in real life. And so tonight, just kind of to recap, make sure you guys go on Vistaprint or whatever and create just a cheap little business card or whatever website that you guys want to use. That's just one that I've done. And let's see how you guys start doing. But I would say, you know, when you're out at the gas station, at the grocery store, they don't want to work there. There's always somebody, the waitresses, you know, the ball fields. Where are you at? In that radius, can you hand out 10 cards to people that are smiling, that look like, gosh, they could use some extra money. I want to be friends with them, and really start utilizing that, like Joel says, 7-foot rule, 7 feet around you. Everybody should know who you are, and you are a social influencer, a brand ambassador for It Works, and you're excited to help teach them how they can become one too. It's really that simple, guys. I think that was pretty great. I didn't see any questions pop up. I'm not sure where she's at. So
everyone's got to get their smile face on.
Yeah, we're going to get your smile. Katrina, is there you're good? I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
To the point. So I just want to give you a huge thank you. I love you. Proud of you. You guys, she went from, you know, really Ruby Emerald, probably Ruby at conference to now a double diamond leader, head into triple diamond because she can taste it. She wants that VIP status. And we can't wait to have you guys, if you're sitting there and you're like, I'm Ruby and I want to be the next double diamond. And she did that in a couple months because of her commitment, her results, and getting out of her comfort zone a little bit. So everybody put their smiley face on.
Do one this way. Smile. Okay, now everybody that wants to take one that's going to post it and have it on, you know,
oh my gosh,
story.
Yes.
I'm going to smile right now so you can get a picture of me smiling.
It's usually like talking or whatever. So
yeah.
No, normally I'm like, oh, this was a great training, and Joel's face is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone getting this one?
Yeah. So just to recap, so you guys remember too, extra box of wraps in your kit. Don't be afraid to message people and be like, you know what, I've been watching you for a while. I really would love to have you as a brand ambassador with me in our company. Don't be afraid to ask that. Put it in your stories and let's see what we can do. But they're getting $100 in free product that they can make up with that free wrap. And that's how I got started with the wrap. We're going to see you guys again next week, Monday. I appreciate you guys hopping on. You just never know when that light bulb goes off or what triggers you. And so I enjoy seeing your guys' face and helping you guys continue to gather more customers and distributors and even more volume. Don't forget, Pam has her, actually I think it's Amber Parker, but Pam's page tonight, her Monday night call. Those are great stories of people that have had success along the way too. So I love you guys, and let's go have an awesome week.
See you later.